Hey, folks, Ben here, and welcome to the Sunday Night Hang. It is, in fact, Sunday. We got the day right. Yes, April the 11th, 2021, 8:01 p.m. Eastern, 5:01 p.m. Pacific, 3:01 p.m. in Hawaii, 1:01 a.m. in the UK. There we go. Welcome to the Sunday Night Hang. I said that already. That's okay. You got to hear it twice. We're musicians. You got to be told more than once because we don't listen. Why? Tinnitus and guitars. The one, the only, someone I've known basically as long as I've been on the scene. He's been around too. Met him on a live stream hangout in Australia. Sure. Why not? Perfect. That kind of sums up our friendship in a nutshell right there. Michael B. in the house. How you doing, brother Michael?
Thank you, Ben, for having me on. Hey, everybody.
Wow, we got 26 people in here already. Let's see, who do we have? We got Phil Segura. Good to see Phil in here. Welcome, my man. We've got my lovely sister Amanda. We've got Terry's 536 G's. Nice. Eddie Van Haskell. BC Rich 581, Absolute Mayhem, Vin's RJ, Charles 75-1, Dan of New Jersey, Brody's Jam Cave, Chad Kunta, Martana Mare, down and back with the one, the only, the original, not to be confused with the goat, down and back with Corn Doug, or as I call him, Cousin Doug. Michael B, he's in the chat. He's on the screen. He's multitasking because I heard a little noodling going on there. We talk about that. John Duchesne's here. Randy Crooks is here. Unbelievable's here. Great to see all of you. Troy Alcorn. It's going way back now. Let's see. James Pava. James, my friend. Good to see James here. James Pava. Dang it. Gear Junkie 35. Well, it's Gear Junkie. He says, no time for tonight's live. I know he's like over in the old country or something. Good reason. Family member loaned me the Paul. Oh, dang. You got the Paul. Play with the Paul. Yeah, catch us tomorrow. That's makes sense. JP Page 2, Billy Baloney, Bent Tom, Zach Thong. Awesome. StreamYard. Nope, wait, that's just the beginning. Perfect. Scroll on down. Crap Guitar Show. Welcome, Crap Guitar Show. Cool tunes made easy. Big G, Gary Tholander, Papa Blue, Mohogany, Adam D. I'm trying not to sneeze. Wow, got through the whole roll call fighting off a sneeze. Keith H. Janice is here. Yes. Jeff K. Aha, finally caught up.
What's up, Janice?
Nice. So if you got any questions for myself, Michael, either of us, both of us, if it's for neither of us, don't bother tagging us, but you can do question marks in the front. You can do the @ symbol with the names, although that doesn't really do anything in StreamYard, but still I look for my name because I'm vain that way. Or you can do a super chat or I don't know. Just don't do the all caps because we don't need the yelling. Yes, that's right, Lawrence, rocking the OG vintage LPD pedals. Well, actually, Lawrence Petros design, but we could see where he was headed. He just kind of just buried the details. That's right. Sir Lawrence of the pedals. Brisley Adams is here. Brisley put out a video today. Was that today, Brisley? You put that out? Did what are they called? Kings of Leon? Royalty in a town in France? Sure. Cover on acoustic. It was sweet. It looked like he shot it in a park because he kept looking at people because people are looking like, what is this guy doing? Singing into his phone and playing beautiful guitar. Just saying. Dale Palmer's here. He did. There we are. Sir Tone a lot. Like it, Adam D. Mark So's Images is here. Nice. Chad says, tell us a bit about yourself, Michael B. Nerd Halen.
Cool. Nice chat list we have going there.
Yeah, no kidding. Eric C. Just keep Scott Brockway, Michael Easter, Todd Fair, Fair. Yes. Ted asked, what amps we're using these days? All of them. He's got himself a nice PT. I've been sticking with the Blues Deluxe mainly lately. Nice. And so, yes, a little bit about yourself, Michael B. I know you play 6 strings, 4 strings, probably can handle 5 string.
Yep. I've never been in a band playing guitar, but that's what I started with, 40 years ago.
Okay.
Or probably more. Probably was 7 years old, so 46 years ago.
Dang.
I didn't really.
All right. Lawrence has a question. Hand up. Who's not wearing pants? No, I'm wearing trousers. I'm jealous. My sister says 24 minutes till Lemon Square's done. Well, there's going to be a carpool situation happening tomorrow, sis. So if any of those are still alive, just saying, send some this way.
How far is Amanda from you?
It's 25-minute drive. 25 minutes, half hour. About 15 miles. Blackjack Guitar Nuts here. Do pajama pants count? Sure. A few people are asking that.
Yeah, so I started YouTube, 3-4 years ago to save guitar ideas as I wrote them. Because as soon as I play with it, I go, oh, that's cool, and then I lose it. Like 10 minutes later, it's gone. Not even 10 minutes, 30 seconds. So I started posting videos with ideas, and then I started hanging out. And I met Ben probably like in my first hangout online. It was with Shane in the Blues. And then just started posting more. So you can see I'm a pretty horrible guitarist like 4 years ago, and now I'm just less horrible, which is cool. And I just love playing.
I'm about the same.
I played bass in bands. I sang in bands, but I've never done guitar in bands. I've only played out a couple of times on guitar. But I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. And in the band I'm in now, I play keys. I have a Nord Electro 6D, but it's in for service right now.
I hear you. Somebody was asking, what's your number one? Randy Crux.
Now, this Gretsch G5222.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Electromatic.
But I have a Tele that I love. It's probably my best sounding guitar, and a Strat with the same pickups that R3 locking nut has. What are the Texas ones?
Oh yeah.
Of course, I can't sound like R2, R3 locking nuts, so I don't know what happened. I put the pickups in, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I hear you. It's like when you play through somebody's rig. I don't sound like them. Sadly, I still sound like me.
And lately, let's see, I'm getting camera here. I'm using one of these.
Ooh, rocking the thumb pick.
Yeah, because I ended up throwing the pick on the floor, 10 seconds after I start playing.
Sure.
And I saw Glenn DeLon. He does a lot of patches for multi effects. Pardon my teeth. And I saw him using one of these, but it didn't seem like he was. He didn't sound like a country picker. And I was like, ooh, I gotta try that. So Friday I went out and got him. I love it because now I don't drop the pick.
Sure.
And I can use my other 4 fingers without switching, like trying to tuck a pick.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I do a lot of fingers on the strings.
Let's see here. I want to welcome in. We got George. Welcome, George. So you got a few new names in here today. We got Rob B in the house. Good to see Rob. He wanted to mention, yeah, guitar has never been more popular. 2020 was Fender's largest year for sales ever. It was Gibson's too.
Yeah. Technically, I'm still playing a Fender, right?
That's right. FMIC.
There you go.
Everyone's talking about wearing pajama pants. Hey, I only changed out of mine to do the show, just in case I got to get up to grab a guitar. Put on a pair of jeans. Hip Metal works.
Yeah, I only wear pants if I have to leave the house.
Chad's asking, that PV amp behind you, is that a guitar amp or a keyboard amp?
Guitar amp. I use my bass amp as my keyboard amp.
Makes sense.
Which is right next to it. It's Fender Rumble, the newer one, 800 watt. But I'm using the Bandit 112 with the red stripe, which I learned from Shane, was years ago. And I think it's got a modded speaker in it too. So I use a Bosch GT100, and I go to the return on the amp. So that's why it's quiet. So like there's no unless I take my fingers off the unshielded guitar. Yeah, they basically do the same thing with the keyboard, the bass amp for the keyboard.
All right, there's a question. How far do you get from the house before you realize you still have the pick on your finger?
I just got it Friday, so it's completely brand new. I don't have any habits yet. I want to shave it down though. I like the just like Guitar Hack. I like the jazz picks, the little Dunlop red ones, and they don't stick out very much.
Right.
I think I got to grind this one down to get a similar thing. So you can do the pinch harmonics with the same thumb.
Just be careful with the pick slides. That's all I say.
Because we not having the point.
Well, no, because if she skedaddles over, next thing you know, you're pick sliding with the side of your thumb, and that hurts. I've done it.
Yeah, I'm pretty handsy on my equipment. Like I hit it too hard. I smash my instruments too hard. That's part of what I'm trying to fix. Like my keyboard is out for service at Sweetwater because I hit it too hard. I smashed the volume sensitivity pads to oblivion, and
they're not so sensitive anymore.
Yeah, well, it literally rips them, and then you get no volume. Sucks.
Let's see. We have welcome Fruitcake Tony in the house. White Bailey, Paul Leonard Ewing. Let's see who else did I see. Mickey Settlemeyer, Terry Himes, Guitar Man 45. Nice. What did I see there? BC Rich says, I once gouged my eye with a thumb pick because I forgot I had it on. I get it. Same as, the amount of times I've gone to rub my eye while wearing glasses, just doink right into the lens. You're like, right. You wear glasses, dum-dum. You've worn them for decades.
Yeah. Like, where did I leave my glasses? And they're right there.
Yep. Nice. We got 40 thumbs up and 59 people watching. Nice crowd tonight. Welcome one, welcome all. If you're new, please like and subscribe. If you're returning, just like, comment. 62 people watching. Why don't we find out where everybody's from? It's always fun. Because it was quite actually, and speaking of, we got in the chat who was hanging out with us the first time that we did the hangout together. We got Zach Thong hanging out.
Hey, Zach, what's up, man? Fellow Canadian, right?
Yep. Yeah. In fact, he moved down here. He lives like less than a mile from where my old place was.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We've got.
He's a Les Paul player, right?
I think he's playing all kinds of stuff these days, it seems. Let's see. Wow, we've got a bunch of things. We got Billy's from Cleveland, Grizzlies in Paris, Blackjacks in Minden, Ontario, Eric C's in Illinois, Kirk R in Central Texas. My sister's at 45 Thumb. Perfect. Let's see. We've got Central Texas from Charles 75N, John Chains in Vancouver. I know, you're a wild man. Dan of New Jersey's in New Jersey. Duh. Yep. Rody's Jam Cave out of Kansas City. Scott Brockway in Southern Idaho. Randy Crooks in Des Moines, Iowa. Yo-Yo, the Bread Guitar Miller in the house. Michael Easter in PEI. Trial Corn in Kansas. Fruitcake Tony in North Carolina. We got Chad in Tennessee. Mickey's in the backyard. Perfect. Symmetries in Vancouver. Dwight's in Mississippi. Nice. Indiana for Mahogany. Michigan for Guitar Man 45. Doug doesn't know where he is. Perfect. Jamal! Good to see Jamal in here.
Hey, Jamal was on the stream too.
Jamal was on the stream too.
Yes.
See, we all kept in touch. It's like a family reunion.
That's so
Hanoi Bomb, hello. You're more than welcome. New name on the channel, Hanoi Bomb. Perfect. Colorado for Crap Guitar Show. Nice. Randy Crooks of the day. OG Kush. Pacific Palisades for Nerd Halen. Awesome. I thought Paul Ewing was in a tent in my backyard. Janice is in Stamford, Connecticut. Nice. Sydney, BC for Hip Metal Works. Perfect. Somebody asked, do you run your keyboard direct or do you mic a cabinet?
I don't know. My first gig with the keyboard is going to be May 15th, and I imagine I'm going to go direct. But if I need a monitor, I'll bring the amp, but it'll probably just be monitor.
Perfect.
Oh, it's 800 watts, so I probably could turn it up.
That's enough. Oh, it's enough to get by. James is in Connecticut. Oh, yeah. Got the good stuff, Phil. Wow, we got 67 people watching. Nice. All right. Let's see. I did see some questions in here. Scrolling. Yes, that was a great show. For those who didn't see it, Pete Thorne and Tracy Guns earlier today.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Just nerding out for a couple hours. Gift exchanges. Pete got what? An OG MXR Distortion Plus. And a little 2-channel Marshall in a box. A little 50-watt. In the size of like a micro pedal size, it looked like. It didn't even look like MXR size.
Yeah. Do they play with the head rush?
Yeah, I'm playing through the head rush. Which the head rush dude says for me to, he says, get in touch. I'm like, all right, I will. Anthony Lee Band, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks, John. I'll say it now. I said it off air, John, and those who watch that show. I bounced well over a dozen people. Like, there was comments. I know a few of you are like, hey, Ben, because the chat was flying. You know, and thanks everybody that was helping out with that. But there was a lot of comments that you folks didn't even ever see. And anybody that's moderated a live chat knows what I'm talking about. And it was just like, there's some sick people out there. But yeah, so it was busy. I was trying to pay attention where I could. Same as I was trying to throw the links out there whenever possible. You know, like they're like, yeah, Tracy's like, yeah, you can download my patches. I'm like, here's the Tracy Guns head rush page. Doug, you're just sucking up. He wants a shout out. Are you into the sport of cornhole? Because if you are, follow Down and Back with Corn Doug. He does a cornhole show every week. Plus, does a show with me, Nats Canucks, every Tuesday night. If you're into the round arounds with the stock cars. Yeah, the trolls are getting hungry. I know. I did see that great Tracy, his 412 cab with a Sensimilla hemp leaf roll cloth. That was nice.
I loved it when they were like, hey, look at this guitar. Hey, look at this guitar. Hey, look at this guitar. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, honestly, that could have been one of those shows. They could have ignored the chat and it would have been just as good because we could have just been a fly on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was kind of funny when Tracy was quite embarrassed because he can't tune a guitar. Because I noticed that every time they picked up a guitar, not one of them was in tune. I'm like, but he's got a guy. Like, when you've had a guy for decades, forget about it. Hey, Mars Man. Oh, nice. Phil says he won one of the Tracy Gunn's guitars from this year's NAMM.
Was that the Les Paul? What was the signature?
That's his. It's the star-shaped guitar. He showed it again right at the end.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
And then he already wants to do the second version that has basically the same thing, but with the FU tone upgrades.
Shout out to FU Tone.
That's right. Yeah. Our good friend Adam over at FU Tone, fu-tone.com. Tell him Ben sent you. Thank you, sister. Yeah. Check out Tesi Switch as well. Got a coupon code for that website. So if you're into pedals, like if you're into stuff like Earthquaker, buy them there and save 15%. Why don't you? That's what I say. And I don't get a kickback, folks. Although if I need something small, Rob will just, if I need some kill switches, he'll just send me some. He's like, here, take them.
You gonna do a birthday show this year, Ben?
Oh yeah, got to. Now, what day is that on this year?
You should know your birthday, Ben.
Oh yeah, well I know, yeah, but day of the week?
Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Saturday night, so I may have to skip Steve from Boston that night. That, or maybe go after Steve's done, like start at 9. No. I need time to, yeah. Or we just do it a day after my birthday and just do it as a Sunday hang. That's an option too. People in the chat, type what your opinion. Should we do it on my birthday on the Saturday night? Oh, then we'd have to have the Sunday night hang over edition. That will be a short show. Good evening, good sir. The one, the only, sexiest man this side of Hanoi. Boner Jams. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me Boner Jams, representing the mean streets of Simsbury, Connecticut. What's good, everyone? I heard those are some mean streets.
Very mean, very mean.
If you're not careful, the thugs will check your tire pressures.
I can't read the chat. I tried. But.
Quite all right. Doug automatically asked if he's invited again this year to the birthday hang. Yeah, we could do that. Michael B., you want to come in for the birthday hang?
Yes! I would love to.
Perfect. All right, there we are.
Is there an after show? Because that's even better.
You know it.
I know I was on one with Ultimate Mayhem a couple of years ago. It was really fun.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it was like 3 in the morning when we stopped.
Yeah.
Kaylee? Is that her name?
Kaylin?
Yeah, Kaylin. She was on that. Wayne and a couple other people. But the last one I was on was Brian Stewart and Aaron from Elvis.
Oh, you were on that birthday hang.
Yeah.
The after party?
Yeah, but I was so wasted I wasn't talking. And Brian was wasted and he couldn't stop talking. It was awesome.
I wasn't going to say this, sir. Yeah, all I remember, I don't know if you hung right until the end, but I knew it when it was time to go to bed when I'm sitting there in my chair, just hammered. And there's Henning Pauly having his morning coffee. And I'm just like, this is surreal. And he's like, so you had a good party? I'm like, yeah. Because he's having drink.
Was that the one that Tone King came on and Stevie Snacks, Anthony came on? Or was that a different channel?
It was different. Yeah, the after party after the Jason McNamara incident.
Yes.
Yeah, after that, then Henning came on after that.
Right. That's right.
maybe somebody else. Blur.
Yeah, it's a real blur.
Yeah.
And I've been on streams with JJ too. And I
Yeah.
don't know if those were Shane's or yours.
Oh, JJ
or,
would have been on with me.
Yeah, it must have been yours, yeah.
Yeah. Boner James has some pedal questions for Lawrence at LPD Pedals.
Excellent.
My sister doesn't even remember. I don't think you were on that one, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where Aaron was just booking the guests that night, which was kind of cool because then I just sat back and he's just like, hey, send it to this guy. I'm like, all right. Cool. That was the only problem because at least with StreamYard, if you're on a PC, you can grab the browser link and you can forward it off to people or what have you.
Yeah.
And so it would be a surprise because all of a sudden on deck and be like, oh snap, is that Henning Pauly?
Yep. Dogs at the end. So what do you got coming this year, Ben? What on your channel? What do you got planned for the year? Well, loosely, no committal, non-committal.
As far as guests, nobody.
No, I mean just in general, like goals.
Okay, let's think about that. Thank you very much, Eric C. Appreciate it. Good question.
Because I was producing before a couple of different projects.
I'd like to bring back a couple of guests that I haven't been able to yet. And just for my own shits and giggles, I'd love to land another big name of some kind,
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw any names out there because that's just not fair. But I've been very blessed, with the guests I've had already. So definitely, continue on with that. Speaking of which, Caleb, we're due for a Sunday night hang if you're free on a Sunday. And Preston Smith as well. We're due for a hang. Hit me up.
Talking about Nerd Halen, Caleb?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, we'd love to see that.
So, what else? Obviously, I'd like to get some new gear in. I'd love to play Lawrence's new chorus pedal, Lawrence. Just saying. But and just hopefully continue to find some new companies to work with that'll take a chance and say, yes, we're going to send you not just a one-off, but commit. Some guitars would be nice because honestly, after a month, you put out a guitar demo or a pedal demo, at least for me on my channel. After a month, the guitar demo ends up with 10 times the amount of views that it had after. Oh yeah, and then after 3 months, it's a 15-to-1 ratio. So I'd like to demo some guitars. That'd be really nice. There's chat security for Nerd Halen. Email sent, Preston says. Perfect. All right. Excellent.
My videos that get a lot of hits out of nowhere are the ones that I showed how to use some piece of equipment, like some weird function. Because you get the Google search of someone trying to do something and they end up on YouTube watching you.
Exactly. Oh, excuse me.
But those don't add up to subscribers at all, though. Like very, very low percentage.
No, an interesting one is it's the same as watching all the ads. Is if you do get the external views from Google searches or if somebody links you on a website. And I've noticed there's been 4 or 5 of my demos that have been linked on music store websites globally. Like my Jackson JS11 demo, the Russians have that posted on a website. Did I ask them to take it down? No, because it gets me a few views, that are external. I have another demo that there's some Italian.
That was the JS one, right? You had the blue JS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been one of my top videos month to month since I shot it. Because, $200 Jacksons. Everybody wants a $200 Jackson.
I gave one away to a young kid that wanted to play. There you go.
Perfect.
Loved it.
Yeah, plays more or less like a Strat, but easier because it's got a flatter radius, and just don't use the trem system.
Yeah. Now, Ben, I had a weird thought that's related to what you were talking about. Like 6 months ago, you made a comment about certain types of videos where people aren't watching the whole thing, and sometimes they watch the whole thing. Like there's a difference, and it had changed like overnight. And I think I know what it was. YouTube on the iPhone auto plays when you scroll through the list.
Right.
And I think what you're seeing is people starting the video just because they're scrolling. And then you get the beginning hit, but not the full watch.
Which kills your algorithm.
Exactly.
Because it's like if you post stuff with autoplay on Facebook enabled, same thing.
Yeah. It's annoying because it's their fault. Like they're doing it to us.
Yeah.
And it's muted too, so it's not even like catching your interest.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you go to watch it, you miss 10 seconds of it. It's like, what the frick, Google?
Wow, we got a bunch more people joining in here. We're up to 78 people. There's CNA Productions. Paul Fuchs is here.
Hey, Paul.
EC Painter. Saw your email, Preston. I know. This week, hopefully. Throw in some extra goodies as well. And then we'll figure out a Sunday as well. Let's see. Who did I see? Cushman NYC. Greg Hackey. Super Gigawatt. Nice. No, I'm not going to mention them, Doug, because we don't want to get hacked again. Speaking of the algorithm, everyone smash that like button. Super Gigawatt says.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't even know if I smashed the like button. Yes, I did.
Hey, James. James here from Phoenix. Well, you can hang out with LPD Pedals from Phoenix. And unbelievable once he gets back from walking the dogs. Or maybe that was a euphemism. Maybe it meant something else.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Will we hear some of Michael's music? CNA Productions was asking.
On my channel, for sure.
Check it out. Link down below to Michael B's channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for?
So there was a project that got on hold because of all the mess in the world. And now that we're all getting the shot, it's going to start back up again. So I have a whole album that I wrote with a friend, or he produced it, and that's going to come out this year. So I'm gonna I sneak some songs into the stream here and there, like rough mix.
Sure.
But this year, definitely, that's my big goal for this year. Finish that up by Christmas.
Metalhead Hippies here.
Cool, hey, Metalhead.
And Unbelievable has returned. He says, "No, I walked the dogs. They did all the euphemisms." There we go. I think I said that right. BC Rich wants to wish, as well as I, a happy first anniversary to Metalhead Hippie. I'm assuming on the Sunday night show. That would make sense. Yeah, he's doing wonderful things over there. Great stuff. Check out Metalhead Hippie's channel while you're at it as well. He's on after me. Easy peasy.
I'm also going to start streaming the live gigs too.
Right. Yeah, I remember you were getting into that.
Yeah, I did it a few times.
I remember tuning in. And I'm like, sweet. Yeah. Because I remember, I forget what, I was like editing a video or something. And I'm like, sweet, perfect. Because it's just, I can sit back and just listen to the music.
Yeah.
You know, keep an eye on the chat or whatever. Oh, somebody asked me something. You know, put it in, whatever. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like doing them all in one too, because if you're going to get copyright strikes, you get them all in one video. So yeah. I don't break them up into songs like some people do. Then you end up with all the copyright hits. Just go live, leave it up, forget it.
Let's go for it. Like, it's funny too, the amount of live music that I put up, which isn't a ton, but you know, there's half a dozen videos up on my channel.
Yeah.
Some of them, they don't even get hit with a copyright for a year or more.
Oh, I know.
You know, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I was like, what? We didn't play it any better that time.
Yeah. You know what's worse than music is movies.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna do a thing where I soundtrack to a video. I have a background in doing some soundtrack work, music, and I thought, hey, cool! I got all my equipment set up to just kind of jump around. I'll just put a video up and just play on top of it. And literally like 2 seconds after I went, the video got uploaded. Yeah, boom! Like my worst copyright so far. And it was just the audio in a movie. And it was a shit movie too. It wasn't anything anybody's ever seen. It was independent, but it ID'd it like so fast.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see. My sister says she used to like listening to your live streams.
Oh,
Nice.
Thank you, Amanda.
And Doug says it's the red helicopters. I know. Yeah, we on one of our NASCAR podcasts, we showed a bit of stuff, which is weird because we've shown video clips like this on our phones. No problem. But what I did was I took the same, because it's just me recording something on my phone, on a broadcast, and then once I shared it within StreamYard, though,
yeah,
dude, they gave me a list. You need to cut out this time to this time, and then you need to remove this to this, then this, this. And because we're pausing the video and starting again, so what I did was I took all the time codes, list them all in the description of the video. So when you see why is this all choppy? Yeah. That's why. And I put this, I'm like, and this is what we discussed during this portion that was missing.
Man, it's out of hand.
Yeah. Well, the freaky part though was what freaked me out was sure they caught 4 little video clips out, but later I was merely talking about an incident that happened to me while visiting a team.
Right.
They wanted me to cut that out too. I know. Isn't that freaky as shit?
Wow.
I was just like, what?
At least they can't cut your audio like the music people can.
Yeah.
They just literally like YouTube cuts the audio for those 20 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one up. I did one. There's a video on my channel, how to properly wear a guitar strap. And it's my buddy Rex, and he's dancing to Olivia Newton-John's Physical. Copyright right away. So I left it up with the copyright claim. But then after a while, I'm like, screw this, because I'm like, she's not doing anything with it. And it's playing in the background. You can barely hear it. So I was like, it's like, edit it to get rid of it. Okay, so it mutes it. So now you just see Rex dancing, but you don't even hear the music.
So it's probably funny in a different way.
Well, it's a large man with red dreadlocks dancing to no music.
It's the music in his soul.
CNA Productions asks, anyone ever use Dava picks? I have. I don't like them because you can't do pick slides.
Oh.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Never heard of it.
Never heard Dava picks?
No.
I should have a Dava pick.
What's different about them?
See, this is why I wear the jeans. I had to get up. Do I have a Dava pick, or did Absolute Mayhem steal them all out of here already? Oh, that's a V pick. Nope. I may have given them all away because I didn't like them. Richie was using them for a while, so I probably gave them all to him. That makes sense. Yep, didn't even keep one for reference.
How's Richie doing? You got to get him on the channel sometime.
Do you want? I too have a thumb pick.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the kind that when we were kids, that's what they would be like.
Daddario brand, apparently.
Yep.
Well, not just fancy schmancy.
I never realized
must have scammed that at NAMP.
It feels just like a regular pick.
Yep. And then a couple people were mentioning earlier also, the Black Mountain thumb pick. which looks like a regular pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a spring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it just feels like a regular pick. Nice.
I don't know how those guys can tuck one away while they're playing. Like a
Yeah, I can never.
Or a second finger.
Yeah, I can never do that.
Is it Eddie that does the middle finger?
Yeah.
And then Chris Buck, I noticed he's a guy on YouTube. He does first finger.
Right.
And he goes right back to it. So he's like switching like this.
Chris Buck, I'm not sure he's human.
I know. He's amazing.
Yeah. Preston Smith gave his thumb pick away. Actually, you people are mentioning they love the Black Mountain picks. The demo I did for it did quite well because a bunch of the bigger channels like Phil McKnight and Tone King, they put out videos on them as well, but they waited like 3 or 4 months, whereas I shot mine, I think, within a week of getting home from NAMM and just threw it up there because I was the first because there was no videos up on it. Brother Jasco in the house. Jasco Plumbing Supply.
I've learned so much off of YouTube. It's unbelievable. Like playing an instrument and like watching somebody like Chris Buck. Or today I was watching Robert Baker. And he was doing some pentatonic stuff. You know, just showing some big skips, like octave skips. You know, it's just so cool.
Hey, there's Ron Paget. Ron won the contest last night on Steve from Boston's channel. What do you win? Admiration. Because he guessed right on Steve's new guitar. He says Black Les Paul Classic. And I'll be dipped. It was a Black Les Paul Classic.
Cool. The thing I learned from you, Ben, that I think that could be a cool topic for your birthday show.
Sure.
Things we've learned from Ben in the last 3 years.
Haircuts are overrated. Number 1.
No, number 1 is something that we both came to at the same time. Just go live. Don't edit. Turn the camera on. Go.
Yeah. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it.
Just talk to your friends. That's what we are here.
Exactly. Yes, and for those joining in, this is my guest tonight, Michael B. Michael B. and I came across each other hanging out on an In the Blues live stream together where Jamal was there, Zach Thong was there, many others were with Landon Bailey. Tone King was there.
Yeah, Tone King. Yep. And later, Stevie Snacks.
Stevie Snacks. And others. Cavalcade of Stars, if you will.
You
and
said
then,
Jamal, right? Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal was there. That was great.
Yeah. Remember when he got up, moving the camera? Oh, remember that was great. I feel like Chris Farley. Remember that time on that video? It was so cool.
There's been a few times. Like someone brought it up a few weeks ago. Remember the time, what was it, the Canucks with Guitar show where Rich fell asleep on air? Yep.
How's Richie doing?
He's doing pretty good. Working away. Rediscovering gear this week, I noticed, because we're back to full lockdown here. So why not rediscover all the gear you got laying around? So he's been doing that, having a blast. I've been kind of doing the same thing. And
so is your Gretsch staying there, or is that going back to Richie?
No. Well, if he wants it, if he ever wants it back, sure, you know. But, well, maybe. But, yeah, if not, it's staying here. Good question, Nerd Halen. Well, thank you very much, Scott. Thanks for being you, Ben. And see ya, Kirk R. Have a good one. Yeah, Fast Eddie VH. We're back to square one. All right. So for shits and giggles, let's see on the old content page. What is the #1 video? Now, folks, I started the channel January of 20. What do we figure? 2018?
Yeah.
All right.
Same as me. Like within a month.
So, 1, can someone guess the amount of views? And 2, what the video is?
Does it have your niece in it?
No.
Because those are cute.
They are.
The unboxings.
Yeah, I need more stuff. You know, I need to get in more stuff.
But send them USPS.
Yeah. Well, Mayhem just put a link in the chat, so he probably gave it away. Randy Upchurch, good to see you, my friend. All good, Pete and Ben helping me get through a tough day. Well, sorry to hear that, Scott. I hope you do better tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Scott.
Ha ha ha, Lawrence. So, let it go. So the #1 video on my channel with 28,156 views, 124 comments, 369 likes. No, my niece is not in it. Hell, I'm not even in the video. Why? Because it's Caleb playing the new At the Day Frankie at the NAMM show. Because the two of us were like, dude, we got to shoot videos on the new Frankie. He's like, yeah, you shoot me, I shoot you. I'm like, sounds like a plan. I'm like, I'll shoot you first. He's like, okay. And then as soon as he started playing, I went, nope, this is my demo too. I'm not playing because I can't do the wiggle stick stuff, and he knows how to do it with the and and all that. He can do it all. And so I'm like, go nuts, brother. And then literally we did that, shot it, and then we went outside a little later, did the old airdrop from iPhone to iPhone. He did some edits out of there because someone was being a bit of a tool. Hey, play that again. Yeah, shut up. We're shooting a video. And so he over to me, and this is like day 1 of NAMM, morning 1. As soon as I get back to JJ's that night, get on the old Wi-Fi, threw it up on the old inner Google here, and then everyone's like, hey, what the hell is this? All right, you find folks, and a couple others, like the video did okay. It was doing pretty good, we'll say, even double normal. Then I don't know, it happened. Caleb texted me. I'm flying home on Tuesday after NAMM. And somehow during my flight from California to my layover in Chicago, Van Halen News Desk did an article on the top shit from NAMM, we'll call it. I don't know what it was called. And there's Caleb like right front and center, which was my video. So all of a sudden it went from getting 100 views a day to 100 views an hour. And everyone's like, hey, I like this guy, subscribe. And they're like, man, you really play guitar. I'm like, I wish it was me. Appreciate the subs.
You got the Nerd Halen boost.
I got the Nerd Halen boost, which we chuckle at because Caleb dropped the whole Nerd Halen concept on the world on this channel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jasko says he just got the Frankie yesterday. I still don't sound like Nerd Halen. Neither do I. I didn't even play it plugged in because I'm the last guy who's picking up a Frankie plugged in at NAMM.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, dude. It's like going into the Friedman amp room there.
I think I might have to play Stairway to Heaven or something on it.
Oh God. Like I don't play in the Friedman room until Sammy Bowler. It was just the two of us in the room. He goes, come on, dude, pick it up. It's just you and me here. I'm like, all right. Because if it's just one guy and Sammy's cool as shit, so okay, and I play. But as soon as someone else comes in, because you don't know, you're playing, all of a sudden, fucking George Lynch walks in. No, no, and I'm sitting there going, doing my little rockabilly runs. Like, fuck off. I'm playing in Valley with Floyd Rose, and I'm playing rockabilly with A major pentatonic. Like, nobody wants to hear that in a Friedman room, Michael. Nobody.
Or go.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll leave that to the professionals. All right, let's see if we got any other questions in here. Hard to top Caleb, exactly. Oh yeah, my sister, we should mention, for those who don't know, and Michael, a traditional on the channel, coming up next month, actually right about a month from now, it'll be Mother's Day. So after some consideration, we're going to continue the Mother's Day special here on the channel, but have my sister join me again, because she's that rockin' mom.
That's awesome. Those are some of your best shows.
I love doing them. Craig Tomlinson asked, do you keep a guitar in Nashville tuning? Think about converting a Mexican Strat, but I need to order a new nut. I haven't tried it before.
What is Nashville
few
tuning?
tunings I haven't tried. Mahogany asked, how am I occupying my time during the lockdown? Same as always, I've been working from home for 2 years. This is what I do. Did you see it, Janice? BC Rich like, she qualifies. And then cool. Mayhem likes the idea. Preston Smith likes it. Yes, Nashville tuning is the high 6 strings from a 12 string. Well, don't sing too well, sis. We don't want the old copyright strikes now. Me too, Caleb. Can't wait to do NAMM again as well.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for everything to get back to, I don't care. Like, it's not going to get back to normal, but if we can get 90% of the way there, like if I got to wear a mask to travel, fine. Maybe we won't get all sick at NAMM then, or something. That's the way I see it. I just want to get it back out to California for one thing. Dang. I had to go a whole winter without going to California. I know, hashtag YouTuber problems. I didn't get to go to NAMM. You have the same winters we have. You know what? A week in California, the last week of January, Michael, it's fucking nice.
Yeah.
Even though it's like it's like our weather now is their January. It's 63 degrees out, and you're out in a t-shirt and jeans going, this is wonderful.
Yeah, I know. I'm north enough to have that same feeling.
Yeah.
Like, what? This is summer.
All right, see you, Phil. Have a good one, my friend. See you, Jana. Mayhem says, I say keep the masks. It shows off my blue eyes. There we go. Although it was funny, they did a sort of an ID thing at a store I was at the other day. I had to kind of present ID, so I just kind of half lifted my mask. I just showed him all the gray. He went, good enough.
Yeah, I don't get carded anymore. I used to.
It's gone both ways in the last year. I went to a place, they carded me because they said they card anyone 30 and under. So I'm like, yay! Then last month, I'm at the drugstore, and on Thursdays is Senior's Day, Michael. And I was asked, do you qualify for the other discount?
Okay.
And I said, excuse me?
I love that.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry, I just ask everybody because if I ring it through wrong, we have to ring through everything, all your purchases again. So I'm like, I get it. The woman behind me is just losing it. We're trying not to, but no, she was losing that battle.
That has not happened yet.
It's like Ron says, yeah, Ben carded more with a mask. Exactly. You know, a mask can take off 20 years. Perfect. Aren't we all trying to look younger?
Yeah, I had that similar thing where they're like, I would card you for scratch tickets, honey. Like, okay, why don't you see how old I am there? Then she went, oh. Sorry.
Some breaking news. Terry Himes just got the email today. Sweetwater's Beer Fest will be virtual again this year. Yeah, that makes sense. It's in June. Hello to Emma Weber. Great to see Emma in here. Chad says he's looking forward to the 10% discount at McDonald's. Yep.
They should give seniors like free coffee. They'll never be able to get rid of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't do that. Well, I believe they call that place Wendy's.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, Mayhem. No kidding. He's like, I never thought I'd wear a mask at a bank. Right? And if anyone thinks masks aren't cool, Slipknot wears masks. So if you think Slipknot's cool, the masks are cool. I don't care for Slipknot, but hey, masks. Goalies wear masks. Catchers wear masks. Other people do, I'm sure, that I'm not thinking. Welders. See, all kinds of male group men.
Ben, do you have any concerts where you didn't make it to the concert because you either like got too sick or inebriated?
Damn near. I told my roommate to scalp my ticket half an hour before seeing. Oh, all right. So, all right, we'll talk. We'll tell this story. So this is how this trip went, Michael B. The year was 1993, folks. So we drove mostly up to the city, up to Toronto to see a concert. In my 80s Z28, of course. The tunes just cranked. Rip down the highway. Then we take the commuter train into the city. Subway. We get out. And we find our hotel, which is supposedly right near Maple Leaf Gardens. Cool. Go upstairs, or we check in, go upstairs, burn a number. Let's go find where the arena is. Can't be far. Sure. Walk out the door. I turn right. Start walking down the block. Can't find the arena. Round the block. Can't find the arena. Now I'm on the third side. Can't find the arena. Wait. Found the arena. The backside of the arena.
Uh-oh.
Great. Walk all the way around the block again. Because, the arena takes half a city block. By the time I get to the front entrance of the arena, I see the entrance to the hotel 30 yards further away. Had I looked to the left, I would have found it, no problem.
That's funny.
This isn't right. All right, fine. During the trip, of course, we found a liquor store, so we picked up some booze. So the trip wasn't a total loss.
Yep.
We decided to go up to the room. So get on the elevator, up to the 7th floor, I remember. Doors open. All you can smell is weed as soon as the elevator doors open. Oops. Apparently, we greened out the entire 7th floor of the hotel because our hotel room was nowhere near the elevators. It was kind of at the other end, the whole, because they had gaps under. Gap your doors correctly, hotel people, because there's a concert next door and we're in town. So, yeah. So we were getting looks from families because they knew. It was them. Yeah, we were like, yeah, it was us. I'm wearing the old Canadian tuxedo, which is a jeans and a denim jacket. my buddy's wearing a buckskin jacket for fuck's sakes with twinge or frills or whatever. So yeah, okay. And so we got into more of the herb and more of the booze. See you, Lawrence. And all of a sudden we're like, oh, we should probably go because the opening act starts in half an hour. I'm like, I can't go, dude. I'm too fried. No, I'm waging war with chemicals in my body I can't keep up with. He's like, come on, I'll help you. I'm like, all right. Because he's like, remember, it's right next door. I'm like, that's right. We really don't have to walk far. So we go in. We walk up. This is back in the days. There's no metal detector. Maple Leaf Gardens, 1993. I should mention we're going to see Lenny Kravitz with Blind Melon opening.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Apparently. So we go through. There's no metal detector. Security they're frisking every other person.
Oh.
Okay. So my buddy's in front of me. They frisk the person in front of him. So they let him through. The security goes to frisk me. I don't even break stride. I just walk right through. Here, sir. So, like any NHL arena, you can go all the way around. And it says, you go to section 32, and that's that's the set of stairs you go up and you'll find your seats. So mine's like section, 16. At the front entrance is section 1. So I start walking. I get to about section 4. I've already forgot where I'm going. So I walk up to an usher. I'm like, where do I need to go? All right. Where do I need to go? So he looks at my ticket. He goes, okay, you need to go down like 10 gates up the stairs. I'm like, perfect. I walk to the very next gate. See an usher. I don't know where to go. You need to go 9 gates. Apparently, my buddy who was with me at the concert, he's no help either. Either that or he's just loving this. And I basically hit all the ushers around. I remember we got seated. And then I remember just before apparently Blind Melon was playing. But just before that, we're sitting like 3 or 4 seats in, about 4 rows back from the usher dude at the top of the stairs. Because, they got them everywhere, the flashlights, make sure you're not up to shenanigans. Dude next to me has some hash, and he can't light it. I mean, he's just old school. Chunk of hash on a pin. He's just going to do one of these. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So help the guy out. I held the lighter, and he takes a few hits. And he goes, I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't remember. Apparently, during Blind Melon, I remember them playing No Rain. Kind of. I remember the intro, No Rain. Apparently, I wandered off during the set, went and bought merch.
That's scary.
Who knew? Yeah, my sister can attest to this. I even got her a shirt. Who knew? Made her back. And then just sat there. And the security dude's like looking at you because we got the hash. He's like, what are you doing? And we're like, fuck you. I don't know. He had it. I'm being helpful. I don't know. So he left me alone. He could have kicked me. Clearly, he should have kicked me out. I would have got lost going back to the hotel. Guaranteed. So I started to sober up in time for Lenny Kravitz. That was a kick-ass set. That I remember. Duff McKagan came out and played.
Really?
For a song. That was cool. Yeah, he was in town promoting his first solo album. And the big hit on the radio was Are You Going My Way? It was that tour. Okay. Right? So they do the whole set, and there's the guitar solos and the drum solos and probably a bass solo, but I don't know. And they do all the songs, but they don't play that one. So I'm like, what the deuce? Like, that's your biggest hit. Not thinking, encore. So encore comes out. They do Are You Going My Way? Concert ends. We decide to leave. We leave the concert. We're like, hotel, 30 yards, but I got the munchies. Like, you would not believe.
Of course.
Right? Because we've just been to a concert, and I'm me. So we start walking towards the hotel, but I swear to God, further down, like freaking mirage because you see the throng of people walking back to Yonge Street, the main street in Toronto. And I looked up over the people and I saw a Taco Bell sign. I spent $18. I spent $18 on Taco Bell.
24 tacos.
Got back to the hotel. All I know is I woke up the next day, in my bed, fully dressed with Taco Bell everywhere. Oh, it was a disgusting mess. I don't even think I brought a change of clothes. Oh, I must have. Yeah, I brought a change of clothes. Thought ahead. Sober Ben thought ahead. Brought a change of clothes because I just like burritos and tacos and that poor hotel too. Yeah. So that you asked RJ.
Yeah, well,
could you have Raj in here?
A friend of mine bought tickets to Slipknot. I have never seen them. And we're on the way. We went out to eat, and I got sick on the way home. I mean, on the way there. Pulled over to a restaurant. Fucking gross everywhere. I'm like, I gotta go home. My friend's laughing his head off. Get in the car and drove me home. We never got to see him.
Let's see here. My sister confirms I did in fact get her a t-shirt. Nice. Wow, 67 thumbs ups we have. 56 people watching. Awesome. Yeah, we got a few people that dropped out during that story, but then again, other people arrived, so who cares? I did have to bail on another. Actually, I had to bail on my first rock concert, which would have been probably my first concert. Period. I want to say 1989.
People should guess the band.
Canadian artist, not a band, but go by Canadian artist. Female. No, female. And Michael, it was the first rock concert in this town, which was the one town over. First concert in this town in ages. Like 5 years. And it was at the arena, the old arena downtown. So it's going to hold like 1,200 people. And it was right before this artist had a big hit comeback. Like they were just coming back. And Hit Metalworks guessed it right.
What was it?
The metal queen herself, Lee Aaron.
Cool.
Unfortunately, I had a fever. It was over 100. Like to the point where you're sweating and chills. And I remember we were killing time the day of the show. There was myself, my buddy Dale, my cousin was there, and somebody of his. We all met up to go to this concert. And it was like for my birthday. It might even have been my birthday. It was a concert I was like, holy crap, a concert in this area on my birthday. And I was sick as a dog. And I'm like, screw it, I'm going anyways. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon. We're in a record store downtown. And I'm using one of the record bins just to hold myself up. Like I can't even stand. And like my buddy's like, dude, I appreciate you because I had 2 tickets. So I was bringing, he goes, dude, I appreciate you taking me to a concert, but do you want me to just call your dad to come pick us up now? Because you do not look good. I'm like, nah, I'll just go outside. Sit down on the bench. I'll be fine. Just get some air. That's all I need, air. And I just kept going downhill. Like apparently I fell asleep on the bench. So buddy's just like, yeah, like you guys watch him. I'm calling Dave. And he rolls up. This is how you're supposed to look after a concert, not before. Whatever. I'm like 14 anyway, so it's not like anything would have happened. Yeah, so I missed my first concert. And I can't remember even the band who opened, never to be heard from again. It's like they're called like Winter Rose or something like that. It's like, yeah. Hey, Wilvrilla. It was my birthday. See, my sister, she remembers that stuff.
Is she older than you or younger?
She's younger.
That's what I should have guessed.
I think Preston had to head out. See you, Preston. Hey, Johnny. Good to see Johnny in here.
Now, growing up, did your dad take any cool shows? As a
I went
considering
to
he's a musician, you know.
yeah, like I would go to, and I don't think my sister went to as many as I did because there was some that was just me. Sometimes it was both of us because I would keep an eye on her. But
Yeah.
he stopped gigging around 85, 86.
Okay.
So I would have been, let's say, 86, 12. So let's say, yeah, from the age from 10 to 12 range, they would do benefit shows for the musicians union, for the local chapter itself, for operating
Okay.
costs. So a bunch of local bands would get together. They'd rent out an old theater, which was great, you know, and just it was usually pretty much all country. I was going to say, yeah, both kinds, country and bluegrass, you know, both kinds, because that's what was popular in the area.
Mm.
And here I am with, you know, my AC/DC t-shirt on going, but once they started playing, I was like, all right, you know, and a few of the bands, the guitar player just had that amp on the edge of breakup. So you dig in once in a while, you're like, I hear a little Jerry Reed or something, you know, and especially some of the pickers. A picker's a picker, you know. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool. And that was all local stuff. And then my parents, they both helped out with a major folk festival for years. And then they took a few years off. And then they decided to go back in 1986. And both my sister and I went up for that. And that was held at Molson Park outside of Barrie, Ontario, which is Molson Brewery on this huge property. There's been major concerts there for years. So they were doing a festival there, a multi-stage festival. What they're like, it's not just folk. They were right, Michael B. It wasn't just folk. There had to be 8, 9 genres of music, except for nothing to do with rock. The closest you would get was Robert Johnson type blues guys, like old guys on just an acoustic.
Yep. Same with the folk festivals here.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. So me being a 12-year-old headbanger, but I went and my parents were heading up the whole hospitality thing. So I was helping them register people in. You know, they give you your name, they give you their name. You find the envelope with here's, you know, with your hotel, like literally hotel room keys in a, you know, manila envelope, a list of your set times, you know, your itineraries, meal tickets, bingo. Here's your kit for your band or whatever, or your act. So I got to all of a sudden meet a shit ton of people. And, you know, some of them have been doing that festival for a decade. So they, you know, remember my parents were like, oh, this is awesome. And then I started meeting the blues guys, especially the old blues guys. You know, they got to walk across a field, you know, to go play. And they'd be like, boy, I'll give you $1 if you carry my guitar for me. I'm like, done, you know, because that's $1. You know, why not? And then just talk and just hanging out back at the hotel. Unfortunately, we didn't get to hang out during the nighttime jams or anything because, you know, the conference room in the hotel for registering people during the day becomes the jam room at night.
Oh, okay.
And just forget about it, you know. I don't know how Dad ever slept during those events because he'd work all day and, you know, be playing half the night too.
Yeah.
But then again, that would be, what do you think? What do we say, 86. So that's what, 35 years ago? I did math right. Yeah, 35 years ago. So, yeah, Dad would have been 40. So, yeah, we would have done the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Hard to think about that. I'm like, damn, he was younger than me at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. It's getting scary thinking like that, too.
Yeah, come think of it. There's a weird statistic. My dad did the majority of his gigging around the same age time that I did the majority of my gigging. About 40 to 45.
Mm-hmm. Most of my gigging I did when I was 20.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing I noticed when we do the multi-band shows, like when you're playing original music, it was bands of guys in their 40s or teenagers into their early 20s because everyone took that time off, raised the family. And as soon as the kids are old enough, you know, like say, you know, that 12 to 14-year-olds where, or at least babysitter thing, because then Dad starts playing in the dad band. Mom wants to come out and hang because then all the wives got together and there was a table and there was gossip and wine involved and dancing and they love it. And that's great because that means all the guys get to still play in the band. Perfect.
If they all like each other. Yeah.
And there's a word of advice. We always talk about when starting a band, like obviously, ability to play is one thing, punctuality and stuff, but the hang is very important. If you're starting a dad band, the hang with the spouses is just as important, in many cases. Because if you can get that group of, 6 to 10 people to all get along, then, dude, then you're having barbecues, band rehearsals, and
yeah, and then you don't have to, go to an empty bar because you've got a set of people.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny. Yeah, it was like one of our last shows we played. It just happened that everybody that, you always tell half a dozen people, hey, I'm playing down here.
Yeah.
Well, each band member told half a dozen people. Well, those half a dozen people actually showed up with another half a dozen people each, plus the regulars at the place. We showed up for load-in, dude. The place was already full at load-in. It wasn't a huge place, but it was like a British pub style, held over 100 people.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, crap. Like what? Because they were just everywhere, like multi-rooms, but they're open so they can hear and stuff. We're like, we're a 5-piece rock band. Like, we can't fit in here, and we're just, because Richie and I both had the pedal boards, and we're not.
Yeah, I've done some tight gigs like that.
But we took the gig because it was less money. It was less money, but I think it still worked out to $100 a set for the band, which is, whatever. That's your going rate, $100 Canadian. But it was only 3 sets, and we had to play from like 8 until 11. So we're like, fuck, we're home by midnight? Done. Because other places we didn't even start till 10. It was like 10 to 2, 4 sets.
Yeah, you're lucky to get $50 nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's gas money and food. So
yeah, usually I think we were pretty much guaranteed 75 ahead, at least as a 4-piece. Hey, Simon. Tactical 6-string. Good to see you both. Let's see. Simon asked, Ben, Yamaha CW30 opinion. What a Yamaha CW30 is. I gotta look it up. That looks like, I don't see what that is. That looks like a dirt bike, perhaps? I don't really know anything about dirt bikes. Maybe it was a misprint. I don't know. We'll wait for a follow-up. The guitar effects. All right. I just did a Google search. I didn't see anything for a CW30.
Did you find it?
Nope. Keith H. says, in LA, the clubs charge the bands to play there.
Yep.
Well, I know there's a lot of pay to play around here, but the way it works is
pre-sale.
Yeah, basically you're going to bring in a name. Let's see. LA Guns. We're bringing in LA Guns. LA Guns charges $5,000 plus expenses. So the promoter needs $5,000. The venue gives him $1,000, and so then what he does, gets a bunch of opening acts, local support to buy a bunch of tickets, which gives him the money to pay the band, and then you sell the tickets at a profit. So you still get, as Michael said, your $7,500, because really the band will get about $100 for a set, because that's the going rate, $100 for a set. Mm-hmm. That's why cover bands. How do you make money at cover bands? Because you play 4 to 5 sets a night. So each band member gets $100.
Right.
All right. CSS GW30. Ah, okay. We'll look that up.
Yeah, we did a lot of pre-sales.
Yeah, I've done the pay to play thing, but I did it just for the literally bands I wanted to play with. The first one was Anvil. I'm like, who the hell doesn't want to open for Anvil just to say you open? That's like opening for Motorhead. You know, like
Yeah,
they're
no
one of those
kidding.
relic bands that's been around forever. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to open for Anvil.
Yeah.
And it was easy to sell tickets for Anvil because people were like, hell yeah, we want to see you open for Anvil. I'm like, perfect,
Mhm.
okay. And then the other one was the Killer Dwarves. And the reason being, I like the Killer Dwarves. They were one of my favorite bands growing up. So, of course, I wanted to open for them. The other one I wanted to do that the guys didn't want to, which I get because those shows that we did them in Kingston, which is only like half an hour east of here. So it's still kind of local. Like we could draw in there. But the other one was in Toronto, the other side of Toronto. But we were offered an opening spot for Faster Pussycat. I'm like, I'm in. They're like, we don't sound anything like that. I'm like, I don't care. Fuck, I want to hang it with Taylor Dane. Whatever his name is. Team Downs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound right.
Ron loves Killer Dwarfs. Killer Dwarfs are great guys.
Yeah.
Friends with
Crazy.
the drummer.
Dave's World of Fun. He has some friends from Killer Dwarf, right?
Yeah, he's like best friends with Russ, their singer.
Right.
Like literally, that's pretty much. I would say that's probably Dave's best friend. It seems.
Yeah.
And then not just from the like you get that from the videos, but when I hung out with Dave on live streams, plus hanging out with him when Mayhem and I drove up to Solo to see him, he mentioned Russ and this and that, and then of course I had a story about Russ as well because the night we opened for them, Russ these days will play acoustic guitar on some of the Killer Dwarf songs, and he forgot his guitar strap. So I lent him mine, and it was funny because Russ asked our drummer for one, and you got a bass player and two guitarists. He could have asked for a strap. Well, the other two guys in my band, they could care less about Russ, whereas I'm the fan. So he's like, I thought you'd appreciate Russ using your strap. I'm like, damn straight. In fact, I'm still using that strap. So Russ Dwarf had a Hey Sexy strap on a Gibson Hummingbird acoustic.
That's awesome.
And he had it cinched way the hell up because he's a little short little man. He is a dwarf.
Killer.
Yeah, and their drummer Daryl, I've known for years. I met him through Facebook. We connected. We met up before and stuff.
Yeah.
And their guitar player Jerry used to be married to a local girl here. And I friended him on Facebook previously, and we have some mutual friends as such. And so, hanging with all those guys after the show was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see. Mayhem says that Ben Dave gave you a CD of him and Russ. Yeah, I have we listened to the Penny Black CD driving home that day after last year.
Yep.
And that was weird because that was like the end of February of last year. Like literally, we were locked down like 2 weeks later type thing.
Huh.
Which I did finally find my Dave's World of Fun Stuff stickers too. I'd lost them.
Or the people that order them and they don't give their shipping address.
And I will say, and if you ever watch Dave's videos and you think, he doesn't have patience, watch his live stream first. I don't know if you've caught any of his live streams, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's sitting straight on with the camera, the computer.
Oh my God. I don't know if you caught this last Friday,
No.
But I think he said he told a certain YouTuber out of the Phoenix area to fuck himself several times.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Just ranting. I'm like, whoa. And then he kind of chuckled, goes, maybe I should have him on sometime. And I was like,
a video the guy had made and David seen it or something in the chat.
There we go. Yeah. BC Rich, he was there. Yeah. No, he just tore into Phil McKnight. Something fierce. Like, just know your gear. Know how to fucking play. Forget the gear. Know how to fucking play. You know how Dave is. Whoa. And then he's like, well, maybe I should have Phil on for a show, you know? And then you can ask your questions about your gear and he can answer them. And then I can tell you guys to go fuck yourselves. How about that for a show? Or something like that. Because I'm sure he's a nice guy. And so
he seems like a great tech too.
So I type in the chat, if you want, I could put you guys in touch because I have both their numbers. You know? And if people are chatting, like, do it. I'm like, no. But Dave's Dave, and in person, he's the exact. Dave does not have a lot of patience for idiots. Yeah. Which is funny because I remember connecting with him through social media long before we had met. And I said, hey, Dave, I reference you, or I commented on one of his videos. I said, hey, Dave, I reference you in my repair videos. And he replied, please don't. And you know what? I just thought he's probably seen one of them. And he's just don't. I'd rather not be associated with anybody.
Yeah.
That's true, BC Rich 581. Dave was Glenn Fricker. Yeah, well, see, the difference is that's kind of a shtick with, I don't want to call it a shtick. It's Glenn, but it's Glenn amplified up. Whereas Dave, that's just Dave.
Yeah. Thing is, Phil is a talented guitar tech too. I mean, that's half his work is fixing guitars for however long he's been doing it.
Yep.
That's kind of funny.
Well, I will say that is the nice thing that having met a lot of these guys, that when I do run into a repair problem, I just send a text. Yeah. You ever come across this? Oh yeah. How do you fix it? You know, and they'll tell you. It's like perfect. And usually Dave is my first, like, you know, how many times have you seen he's checking the relief and you're ding, 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 ding. Oh, somebody likes me.
Yeah.
That's been me. I'm like, fuck, that was me. I know that. Well, because he's very much like, if he does a repair, like how many times he said it's a Tuesday and you're watching Tuesday evening, like he uploads the same day. He doesn't hold videos back really or anything like that.
Right.
So, you know, for the most part, I know when I've been on projects, I'm looking at you, Absolute Mayhem, when Mayhem's dropped off a couple of real fun cases, and Dave, you know, how do you do that? He's like, I got my own repairs to deal with. And when I get that tells me he's doing one of those nightmare guitars for Guitars from the Night Gallery, and he's knee deep. And then I'll see if I'm like, damn it, yes, he's doing like some major repair that day and not just a simple setup or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. Yeah, it was funny because we connected on Facebook, I want to say a couple years ago at least. And then, you know, comments here on there on stuff, you know, how that, you know, same as you and I would. And then when I was headed out to the last NAMM show last year, I did a check-in at Pearson Airport because everybody does their check-ins when you're traveling to NAMM show, Pearson Airport. So then he messages me through Messenger and he's like, hey, keep an eye out for the solo guys, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, right on. I'm like, do they have a booth? He goes, no, they're just walking around like you are. I'm like, damn, he really knows what's up. And I'm thinking, Dave must watch. I've watched some of my stuff or what have you. And I'm like, cool. And then I was like, right on. I said, oh, by the way, you know, and he had just started talking about the solo stuff. I said, you know, I want to check. He goes, yeah, check him out. Good stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Then he puts out the post and starts mentioning the videos. He's going to go to work for Solo. So I messaged him. I say, hey, I'm going to come up and visit you on your first day. He goes, okay, come on up. I'll introduce you to the owner and I'll set you up with a dealer account. Okay. And Mayhem can attest, and anybody that's watched a live stream of his when I popped into the chat, we got the same reception. I walked through the doors of Solo, went back to the repair room. I go on the door. I said, Dave? And he turned around and went, Ben!
I think I saw the video.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was really cool. Oh, yes, the Yamaha GW30 effects. That's what I was looking up. Right. Yamaha GW30. I got a generator coming up. No, now I'm getting a generator. I don't think it's the GW30 either.
Thanks, Terry.
Yes, thank you, Terry. For those who haven't already, please subscribe. Michael B's channel. Terry just posted in there. But yeah, I can definitely say I've met a few characters here on the YouTube.
Yeah. For sure.
Here's some inside baseball. Most YouTubers you meet, they're pretty much the same as they are on camera. Well, that's what I said. All right, now I found it. Give me a sec here, buddy. Yeah, like you meet them, they're all essentially the same, except they curse a hell of a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll bet you the worst is Steve from Boston.
Steve curses on air too. He curses a lot. Phil McKnight's a potty mouth.
It seems to be a thing around here.
Oh, it's just F-bombs.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Pops, Quentin James himself. All right, so the Yamaha GW30. I got some images. Let's see here. I don't see much on it. It looks like a cool little unit, I guess. Oh, a GW. Is it a GW50? What's that? That comes up with all kinds of shit. GW33. One of the rarest and most interesting multi-effects I've used, some YouTuber said. Who said that? Gearfax back in 2017. And Terry found the GW33.
Is it a multi-effects?
Yeah, it looks like a little floor, your
Yeah.
90s floor unit. I don't know how it would sound. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard any Yamaha effects. I'd be curious. I probably would be like, it's okay as a stepping stone to get into the world of effects. But
I go for something well known and maybe get used so you save some money.
yeah. My biggest problem is I don't like all the same effects from one damn company.
That's
like
true.
Boss, like the distortion,
Boss.
like the phaser.
Yeah, Boss is my favorite, so I don't mind.
MXR. They got some decent dirt. They got a great, cool delay in the carbon copy. Of course, love the phaser.
MXR makes a great compressor too.
They do. Well, the Dynacomp and the Microcomp.
Very musical. It's awesome.
Yep. I don't know. If Lawrence does multi-effects, I do use it. Well, I pretty much have a Lawrence Petros multi-effects now. I'm just looking down. Yeah, there's only 5 LPD pedals on my board. And probably another 5 back there somewhere. I think we counted that one day. Was that when Unbelievable was on? Him, me, and Tom started talking about it. Best used gear site, Craig's or Facebook Marketplace? Rob B asked. I have no idea about Craigslist because we don't have it in Canada. Well, we do, but nobody uses it because it never took off in Canada. We have Kijiji, but Kijiji's kind of dying, I guess. So everyone tells me Facebook Marketplace is the way to go. Dad's been moving a crap ton of die-cast cars on the Facebook Marketplace last while. So I don't know. I was going to try. Oh, yeah. Yamaha owns Line 6. Touche, Jeff K. That's true. Line 6 and Yamaha. But it looks like it would have been pre-merger on that situation. The Yamaha effect unit. I got to dig back into my Line 6 stuff.
Yeah, if they don't catch on fire. Their wireless that they've been having for years.
Yeah, I saw that. For those who don't, you got one of, what is it, the G6 wireless, I think?
There's a few of them, G10 and up.
Okay. Yeah, watch it. If you got one of those units, folks, watch it because they're prone to catching fire, apparently.
They work great, but I broke them like a week after having them. Just right off the guitar. Like, oops.
Yeah. I used to use wireless. I have a wireless unit around here, but I got the old, put the old thing up, the receiver with the 2 antennae up on top of the amp.
Yeah.
See you, Randy? The worst part about that was I'd have the receiver back on my amp, but then I'd have to run the cables all the way back up to my pedal board. And then, and then the cable back all the way back from my pedal board back to the amp.
Yep.
So still lots of tripping hazards. All right, see who's that? Randy's out of here. Check out the BC Craigslist is filled with gear. Okay. Tom's texting me. Ooh. Something with high wattage bulbs. Oh, Tom has a burn mark from a high wattage light bulb. That's not good. Dang.
Ow.
Near miss. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. Damn. Line 6 Roland guitar synthesizer. I don't know. I haven't got into guitar synth. I borrowed a bass synth from Richie. The Boss bass synth.
Yeah.
And other than sitting there hitting strings going, wow, that was it. Like I have no use for this thing.
No.
Because I'm not trained in a way that I can use it.
They don't track fast enough. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I've got the old Octoplus Octopedal that doesn't track worth shit on my board, but I dig it. It does what I need it to do. That's what as close as I get into that. And it's not poly. I don't like poly octaves. Poly octaves make you sound organy. You sound like a pog. I don't like that.
I love organ sounds. I don't know if I want to do it on the guitar, but
well, yeah, and if I want that, I'll buy like the B9, C9, one of the 9 pedals.
Yeah.
And just go right into it. Now those I want to get into one of those. I want all of them. You never see them used, and when you do, they're still commanding top dollar.
We'll just play organ.
Well, we've been going for 98 minutes here, folks. We've got 48 people still watching. Let's get any last-minute questions in here, and then we'll probably wrap things up. Comforter was smoking when Tom got home. Yeah, that's not good, dude. Move the bass.
Smoking?
His comforter was smoking.
Oh.
Yeah, like near miss indeed.
I thought it was going to be like an amp or something.
LED bulb, apparently. Yeah. Quinn says, LEDs don't get hot. Yeah, well, that one did. They do when they malfunction, apparently.
Yeah. Depends how many LEDs are in there.
I got lucky after using my same vape for years. I threw some batteries on the old charger. One of the batteries has a dying cell because I pulled one off. Sometimes the room temperature, they might be slightly warm. One was hot to the touch. I'm like, damn. But the nice thing about, even during lockdown, because they have the curbside pickup, took battery off charger, open phone, order new batteries online for curbside pickup from the vape shop I used to work at. Got the old confirmation email, your order's ready for pickup. 5 minutes later, hopped in the van, drove to Trenton, 10 minutes up the highway, got my new batteries, which I didn't realize how much my batteries had degraded because they still last the better part of a day on a charge. I put the new ones in, 2.5 days on a charge. I'm like, oh, wow, I forgot about that.
They wear out.
You do that, Tom. Yeah, the Philips Hue department.
That's what I have here.
Black Star amp, HT1 Metal 100. I don't think I've ever played a Black Star amp. I don't even remember.
I've never tried one.
No, because I don't think there's any Black Star dealers around. Sloan McQuaid, they carry everything. They probably carry them, but they might not stock them. It's a big difference between a guitar or store that carries stuff or stocks them. Because you get a lot of, oh, we can get that. Yeah, but when?
Yeah. Plus, you want to try it.
That's what I hate about a lot of furniture stores. You go in, I like that couch. I'll take it. Okay, well, you can have it in 3 weeks. No, I'm here to buy a couch.
Yeah, like I could have ordered it online. All
right. Not seeing any more questions in there.
Cool.
Well, sir, this has been a delight and a pleasure, and I'm glad we did it just as a one-on-one hang, because usually we're always doing group hangs.
Yeah.
So this was really cool. Any parting words, thoughts, concerns, questions?
Nope. Just thank everybody for tuning in, and catch you all later.
There we go. On that note, thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Shout out to the patrons and the members. You can do that using the links down below. Links to cool stuff down below. Links to Mike's channel right there in the chat from Terry. Shout out to the Mod Squad for helping out. Awesome. We had a great crowd tonight. Thanks everybody that tuned in, those who donated. I'm back tomorrow night with Bent Tom with the Canucks with Guitars show. Live Q&A again. Imagine that. Sure. As well as what? UPS rant 2.0. Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-oh.
Yes. There will be a rant tomorrow night, folks. I might wait 5-10 minutes for y'all to get in there, but there's going to be a rant within the first 5 to 10 minutes of tomorrow night's show. And it's that's what we'll just say. So there we go. On behalf of Michael and myself, thanks for watching the Sunday Night Hang. As always, hold those doors open. Let that, I want to say guy, but let that person ahead of you in traffic do good things, and good things will happen to you. Why? Because Doug's wife's real. Yep. Cheers. Rock on. Be good to each other. Stay well. Stay safe. Stay. Yeah.